An incredible discovery has just been revealed for Mortal Kombat 1. Ever since this game first got revealed, fans have been begging for a tag team mode. Well, guess what? It turns out that mode exists in the files of Mortal Kombat 1. That's right, believe it or not, there's already a bunch of script and code that creates a decently functioning tag mode in Mortal Kombat 1. Another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. I'm covering it all the time on this channel, pretty much daily at this point. So if you want to stay up to date on Mortal Kombat 1 news, then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell down below so you never miss any future videos. And then after watching, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below. It really does help my channel out a ton. And without any further ado, let's begin. A very big shout out to Ermacker for discovering this. I love the profile name, buddy. Is it perhaps a reference to our favorite Red Ninja? No matter what the case may be, I highly recommend you check out his video after watching my brief breakdown, because the most interesting part about this discovery by far is it seems to have happened by accident. That's right, Ermacker simply swapped out the Kameo fighter with a fully playable character, and once he made that simple change, the game switched into a tag team style mode. And that's because, as mentioned earlier, a lot of the script and coding already exists for this tag team mode. And could that mean that NetherRealm is currently already working on a fully realized tag team mode in Mortal Kombat 1? Or could it sadly mean the opposite, that NetherRealm was working on a tag team mode but then dropped it during development and never resumed the project? Both of these scenarios could explain why Mortal Kombat 1 has so much coding and scripting built in for a functional tag team mode. But as you all know, I love making these videos interactive, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Why do you think Mortal Kombat 1 already has a functioning tag mode built in that's not quite finished yet? Like I keep saying in past videos, I truly do read every single comment, so grab that keyboard and make your voices heard. For me personally, I choose to be optimistic. My fingers are crossed that at some point in the future, NetherRealm could add a tag team mode to Mortal Kombat 1. And if that does happen, I'm also hoping it's free DLC, because keep in mind, NetherRealm has done free DLC updates in the past. But now it's time to get into more of the juicy details. What exactly happens in this new tag team mode? Well, for starters, the move list itself updates. The Kameo tab disappears completely because there's no longer a Kameo character. Instead, you're playing with two fully functional characters in Mortal Kombat 1. However, oddly enough, the Kameo button does still work, but instead of summoning a Kameo partner, it just switches in your other character. And to make things even better, there's no longer a meter or a cooldown on this button. You can switch out your characters as much as you want to. Or in other words, there's no limit. You can tag in your characters as much as you want to, as often as you want to. And to make things even more fun, sometimes the character you switch out still remains on screen and finishes their attack, which leads to some really cool looking combos. It reminds me of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I know that game gets a lot of hate for various reasons, but I will say the combos in that game are very satisfying and also a joy to watch. That game is a spectacle. And the same is also true for Mortal Kombat 1. Even without the fully functional tag mode, just the regular tournaments for Mortal Kombat 1 are so fun. I recommend that everybody watching this channel gives them a try. Of course, finish my video first, and also drop a like down below because I love that stuff. But anyway, I digress. My point is, the way you can swap out characters reminds me a lot of Marvel Infinite. And that's a good thing because the combos in that game are super interesting. But next up, we have my favorite fact about this hidden tag team mode in Mortal Kombat 1. Believe it or not, both of your characters get a complete health bar, which once again proves that NetherRealm was working on a tag team mode. This is not just some massive coincidence, okay? NetherRealm was working on a full tag team mode in Mortal Kombat 1, and that's why if you make some basic changes like Ermacker did, you unlock this full mode where both characters have a full health bar. However, all that being said, as mentioned earlier, this game mode is unfinished, and as a result, your characters' names don't even switch when you swap characters. Instead, it's only your life bar that switches, and of course you can keep track of which character has more or less health and know which character's on screen by just looking at the TV. So it's not that big of a deal that the characters' names don't switch around, but I just find it interesting. And I'm sure plenty of you watching are wondering, how do you win a match in this tag team mode? Because it's kind of interesting. In some fighting games, you only have to kill one character for the round to be over, but that's not the case in this tag team mode. Instead, in Mortal Kombat 1, in order to win the round, you must deplete the life bar of both characters on the opposing team. Or in other words, if two very skilled players are going at it, these rounds could last a really long time, because potentially one character could die, other character could die, and then both characters could go down to the wire. That's almost 4 health bars in a single round, which sounds crazy unless you're a longtime fan of the NetherRealm games, because that's always been how they handle tag matches. Even all the way back in Mortal Kombat 9, both characters had a full life bar, and in order to win the round, you had to kill both of the opponent's characters. Both health bars bars had to be depleted completely. But this next minor detail I find a bit funny. When you do kill off one of the opponent's characters, they don't die. There's no animation for that. Instead, they just kind of run off screen, very similar to what a Kameo partner does, which I find hilarious. The character's not dead, they're not even unconscious, they're just tired of being punched in the face, so they ran away, they're done. Little things like that are very amusing to me, but that's because I have a background in game design and also coding, so I can tell when things are unfinished and when placeholders are swapped around, all that fun stuff. Once again, this tag team mode is not fully finished in Mortal Kombat 1, but it has the potential to be. All the ingredients are definitely there. 2 life bars, the Kameo button swaps out your characters, even the move list itself updates, so pretty much everything we need is there. There's just some animations missing and little tiny details like that. Not to mention, there probably should be a limit on how often you can switch out your characters. Maybe a cooldown of some kind, or have the character be vulnerable when they run in, something of that nature. Because even though it sounds really cool for the characters to constantly be swapping in and out, it could be a bit busted, broken, and hard to balance. Now, to end this video on an interesting topic, I saw a certain comment with a very fascinating theory about Mortal Kombat 1. However, unfortunately, the person commenting was very rude, to put it lightly. And as a result, I'm not going to credit them, and I'm not going to read the comment verbatim because it used some colorful language, and I'm not about that on this channel. But if I separate the details from the commenter, this theory is actually really interesting, and I wanted to share with you all. Basically, the core idea behind this theory is that Mortal Kombat 1 was always meant to be Injustice 3, but at some point NetherRealm changed gears. And that's why General Shao looks very similar to Steppenwolf and also wields a very similar weapon. And then on top of that, have a look at Rain. Look at his stance and his weapon. You could easily replace his staff with a trident and boom, now he's Aquaman. He would fit perfectly in Injustice. Already that's 2 very interesting points, and then to top it all off, look at the DLC characters, Omni-Man, Homelander, and Peacekeeper. All 3 of these characters are superheroes, or in Peacekeeper's case, he's superhero adjacent, kind of like an anti-hero, but you get the idea, they fit the mold for a superhero game. And as a result, it could be very possible that at one point in time, Mortal Kombat 1 was actually going to be Injustice, but for whatever reason, NetherRealm changed gears and made Mortal Kombat 1 instead. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think Mortal Kombat 1 was actually going to be Injustice 3? Or do you think this whole thing is just one big coincidence? For me personally, I'm actually not sure which stance to take. Usually I know where I sit on a perspective, but for this one, it honestly could go either way, and I'm not sure. I suppose if I had to go with my gut, I'm guessing it was always meant to be Mortal Kombat 1, and all the visual characteristics are just a coincidence. Because keep in mind, NetherRealm is owned by Warner Brothers, and it's very likely they have some of the same concept artists that work on DC movies on their staff. And that could honestly be why characters like Shao look very similar to Steppenwolf. And as for the DLC characters, it's common knowledge now that NetherRealm owns the rights to a lot of DC characters since they worked on the Injustice games. And as a result, DC characters, especially ones from popular shows, are the easiest ones to add to their video game as guest character DLC. But now it's time to come full circle and go back to the tag team mode. I think it's really cool that Mortal Kombat 1 has a somewhat functional tag team mode. And I'm also so happy that Ermacher discovered this, even if it never becomes a fully playable mode. But one last time everyone, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. How do you feel about this secret hidden tag team mode in Mortal Kombat 1? And do you think it's possible that NetherRealm is going to add this new tag team mode in a future update for Mortal Kombat 1? Or do you think this mode was cut early on and there's zero chance of it ever coming back in the near future? It's abandoned, it's over, it's done with, move on. No matter which opinion you hold, make your voices heard in the comment section down below. And then while you're down there, please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It really does help my channel out a ton. And then keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell, that way you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.